Wow, guys, I'm almost so embarrassed to be doing this video now, but a promise is a promise is a promise. Hi everyone, my name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Vena Reads. So I was meant to bring you guys a series review last month, end of May, beginning of June. Anyway, I was meant to give you guys a review of these two books. The first being Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake, and the second being One Dark Throne. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't have any other time to shoot. If I don't shoot these videos today, it's never gonna happen because I have got a hell of a swamped month. And I don't want to not be consistent on my channel. Already I'm feeling like sometimes it's a hit and miss because really I do have a lot on my plate, and I keep asking myself why I chose this time to actually do this. But I'm sure there is a reason, and I really want to push and I really want to do it. So there is a drive from within, but I can't help things that I can't help. So there are kids screaming in the complex, and 1 minute it sounds serious, 1 minute it sounds like they're playing. So I'm also getting distracted. I don't know if you guys can hear that. And if you can hear that, I do apologize. I'm so sorry. There's very little I can do about that. I was saying that you're gonna see a few videos of me in this outfit. Maybe I should just, yep, maybe I should just do that. You'll see a few videos of me in this outfit because I am bulk shooting today for the very reason why, as I mentioned, that I do have a lot going on this month and I will not have another time to shoot. And the way my life's set up right now, I can't even look for different outfits because I'm running against the clock. There isn't much sunlight outside, and that's the only thing I usually use for my videos. It's natural light, so I'm hoping these videos are not going to be too dim. Okay, I think I've said more than I need to say. So back to, really? Okay, let's try that again. So back to these books. I am so sorry that this is coming so late, and I hope that I do this review justice because I really enjoy these reads. So let's start with the first installment of the series, which is Three Dark Crowns. So this follows three sisters, triplets, who were born right, of royal blood, let's just say, let's call it that, in the island of Finburn, where every queen that becomes a queen gives birth to triplets, and their reign ends. And once their reign ends, their children are raised by a selected midwife until the age of 6, when they are separated from each other. Each of these kids are born with a special gift, and upon separation they go to the areas of the island that possess that the people with their gifts live. Yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is that these three ones in question right now, Catherine, Mirabella, Catherine, and Arsino. Mirabella has the gift of the elements, Catherine has the gift of poison, and Arsino is a naturalist. So it means each of them were then plugged into their guardian families, and their guardian families had to be the strongest with the gifts that the triplet possesses. So Mirabella's guardian family is the strongest elemental family on the island. Catherine's is the strongest poisoner family, and Arsino's one is the strongest naturalist family. So we catch the twins on their 16th birthday. At the age of 16, the year of ascension begins, which is the year in which the chosen queen can begin lobbying and fighting for their throne. So the way in which the eventual queen is selected is through a battle, I guess I can call it that. Like, they have to fight, right? Kill each other for the throne. And this is the way of the island. No one asks questions. This is the way it's always been, and they have not seen each other for 10 years. You must remember that as well. And they've been groomed for such a time as the year of ascension. So the book opens with Catherine as the character in focus, and we see how the poisoners have been the chosen has been poison has been the chosen gift of the past queens for a few years now. So there is a sense of arrogance that Catherine will become the queen. However, Catherine has her weaknesses and she doesn't take to poison too well. And if you're a poisoner, if that's the gift that you have been given, poisoners should be like nothing to you. Like, they give you poison ivy, you move on like it's life. A snake bites you, it's life. Nothing. In fact, the poisoners that take care of Catherine prefer poison-laced foods and drinks. That's just their preference, and that's just what they eat. However, Catherine does not take too well to poison, and it is a frustration of her family because, as I'm saying, the year of ascension is coming. So when we meet her, it's their 16th birthday, and on their 16th birthday they have to do a showing of their gifts to the people on the part of the island that support them. So they are afraid that Catherine will not survive the poison feast in which she should be showing her strength ahead of the year of ascension. So Mirabella, on the other hand, who's the eldest triplet, she exhibited the signs of her talent while she was still 6, before they were even separated. She was the queen, or the princess, but they call them queens. So she was the queen with the strongest gift, the one that manifested earlier than everybody else's, and she, understanding on the island is the queen with the strongest gift is usually the queen that gets throned. So she has been raised to believe that she will get the throne. And as you enter into this world, you also think, oh my god, like this girl got talent, so she is getting the throne. And then there's Arcee, who, when it comes to the naturalists, they have to be able to make flowers bloom, they have to be able to command certain things in nature, which she's also dismally poor at. Now the thing with her is that she also has to have, I'm trying to think of what the name of, ooh, it escapes me, why? Like, the naturalists have a pet type situation that is kind of like linked. Yes, she has to have a familiar. Thank God I remembered. A familiar is like an animal that is the manifestation of your being. So the stronger the animal that you have, the stronger your gift is. So she has struggled to summon her familiar, and as such she isn't manifesting the gift of being a naturalist, and that really plagues her. So that's just the basis of the story. So obviously the year of ascension begins, they start lobbying for the throne, they start scheming, and things come into play. However, there's something rare about this set of twins. So their mother was a poisoner, right? But there's something rare about this set of twins in the sense, set of triplets, in the sense that some of them don't want to kill each other. They actually love their sisters, even though they have not seen them for 10 years. They are actually bonded to them, and they do not understand this island and how crude and like warped it could be for them to have to kill each other to claim the throne. Some want to just say, okay, I give up, I don't want the throne, can so and so have it. Others on some, I'll fight till the death to get this, and yet still there are those who are mixed and in between. But it is the way of the island. If you are weak and you cannot fight for your place on the throne, then you will die. And the dead queens, or the 2 triplets that do die, that's what the island actually survives of. It survives of the blood of dead queens. So the death has to happen. So this is an interesting tale in that you get to see how alliances are formed, why they're formed, and just the hunger for power, and at the same time how the human spirit does prevail above tradition. You are allowed to question things in society that you are not totally for, and especially if they are brought onto you without your permission. So that's the gist of this message in this book. And as for Kendare's writing, it is simple, it is crisp. She paints the island of Finburn so beautifully. And I love books like this that come with maps so that you can always find your place, because at the start of the painting of the island, you don't really know where you are. But as we progress and we know who lives where, then we know how the story is unfolding. And can you believe just how beautiful this illustration is? This is really gorgeous. It's very beautiful. I really enjoyed her writing, and I enjoyed her story, and this was a very, very, very enjoyable book for me. She got a 4 out of 5 for this. By the time we end this book, obviously the queen that we liked at the start is not necessarily the queen that we like at the end. A lot unravels. I don't believe in spoiling books for people, so I'm trying very much to say a lot without saying very much at all. So things unravel, and tension after tension is created in this book. Just when you think you know someone, new things develop, and it's quite interesting in the way that she has woven it together. I truly, truly enjoyed this book, the first book. The second book, however, let me say from the onset, I didn't like as much as the first book. I gave it a 3.5 or 3. I was stuck between 3.5 and 3.275. Sorry, 3.75. I feel like she used too many pages to tell the simple development from the first book. So there isn't much story in here. Even though she doesn't give too much backstory, yes, she brings you back in, but she doesn't like dwell too much on the first book. I just think that the first book was packed with so much action that you actually wanted more action in the second book. So I'm really, really, really hoping the third book, which comes out in September, is more action packed and it's very similar to the first book. However, I will say about the second book that the ending, oh my god, I was never ready. I was never ready for the ending. In all honesty, I really wasn't. Both those books, so here, at the end of the, okay, let me do this. At the end of this book, it seems like the queen has been chosen. It seems like, just stick to those words, that it seems like there is a chosen queen. How that queen becomes chosen is what the actual tale of the second book is, and it's an interesting tale, and whether or not the island gets its blood is also an interesting tale. And we start learning about where the queens that died actually go. Yes, they might feed the island, but where do their bodies go? What happens to them? And we start seeing whether or not they still have power on present day Finburn, and it's really a good story. Like, it is an interesting story. It's just that the way that it was told for me, this was told better than this. Both these books obviously carry stories as YA books usually do. They carry tales of love, tales of conflict, tales of, how do I put it? Tales of ambition, tales of betrayal. Like, there's a lot that's packed into these books and these characters. However, I will give it to Kendare that she knows how to develop characters that are easy to love. And it's as if she wants you to fall in love with them, and then she hits you when you least expect it, and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, no, no, no. Whether it's in characters dying or in their personalities changing, or like, it's like, it cut to me deep, man. Like, why do these people have to change or die, or whatever the situation is, in particular with the characters that she has formed so well and so strongly. I hope this review is not all over the place. I really hope it isn't. All in all, it is a series that I plan to follow, and I truly, truly, truly enjoy the first 2 installments of this series. I'm trying not to make this video too long. I will be doing because I've started writing it, so I will be doing a proper review of these 2 on my blog, so that will be a less chatty review and a more technical, more more in-depth reviews. So if you're interested in that, please go over to my blog www.vuvuvenareads.com. Otherwise, until next time guys, please like, share, comment and subscribe. I love you very, very much.